Hey everybody, it's Mel and I am in my kitchen and I wanted to show you guys really quickly a little bit more about Foot Petals. I thought it'd be good for you guys to see them out of the packaging and live as opposed to having to look at pictures on the web. So right next to me I have 3 of the 7 pairs of shoes that I'm taking with me to BlogHer. And I'm going to put some Foot Petals in them and then tell you which ones I'm using for which shoe and why. So we're going to start with the heel. This is one of the bargain deals that I found. If you're following me on Twitter, you might know that I remember that I mentioned finding these little beauties. I scored them on the clearance rack. So these are the heels that I'm going to wear, and even though these aren't really that high, I mean, in retrospect, you know, they've got a pretty normal size heel. But still, I want to make sure that, you know, as I'm walking around, they're going to be comfortable. And for me, the area that always gets me is the ball of my foot. And then a heel like this with a sling back through here. Sometimes this will pop on and off, especially as the shoe gets a little bit older and it loses some of that give in there. So I'm going to make sure that the ball of my foot is comfy, that this doesn't pop off. And then also I'm going to put something on the bottom because this has a leather bottom that's really slick. So I'm going to put something on this to make sure that I don't trip and fall and embarrass myself in front of all these people. So for that shoe, I'm going to use an entire length of the shoe, a cushion. This is a full insole. It's called a killer cushion. And I guess I probably could have opened all these before I started my video. Next time. So one of the reasons that I really like these is because the material that they're made out of it's not as slick as some of the other gel inserts that I've bought. So you don't really have that kind of sweaty foot thing happening. So this is what the full insole looks like. And like I said, the surface it's not slick, but it's not so porous that it's going to start absorbing stuff and then start to make your shoes stink. So I'm going to have this insole go the full way down in my shoe. And then it stretches from, you know, the ball of my foot up to the top. So I've got cushion, you know, the entire way length of the shoe. So that's really going to make these comfortable. Because I want to make sure that these shoes last because I love them. Classic black shoe like this. So that's what I'm going to put in here. Is the full insole. This is the killer cushion. And then on the back of it, where the strap goes, conveniently these are called strappy strips. Peel that off the backing. And then all you gotta do is take the skinny thing that you peeled off and then just run it around the inside of your shoe. So that will help keep the back of it from coming off my shoe or coming off my heel, I should say, as I'm walking. So let me just put that on there. And you gotta be careful because once you put them on, they're designed to stay. So make sure that you've got them positioned exactly where you want them before you let go of the glue, because they will be there for the life of your shoe. So, okay, so I've got that on there. And then the other thing I'm going to put on there is a sole stopper, and that's what I was saying that I wanted to put on the bottom of my shoe so that I don't slip and fall in front of everybody, all these people that I can't imagine, all these people that I've been dying to meet, and then I run up to say hello, and whoop, there I go. So I'm going to put these on the bottom of my shoe so that I don't fall and make a you-know-what out of myself. So that's what one of the sole stoppers is, and it's just got that rough texture. Peel it off. Take that off. Stick it to the bottom, and then it's shaped. It's got, of course, it looks like an egg, skinnier at the top, longer on the bottom. And then it goes to match the bottom. I tend to actually walk on the outside of my heels, so I usually off-center mine just a little bit so that they match and they kind of go with where I step. So that's what I have for those shoes. And then I'll run through real quick. I'll just show you the other shoes. Of course, I'm going to put sole stoppers on the bottom of this one, and then definitely on the bottom of this one because this has that really slick bottom. So the sole stoppers I'm going to put on both these pairs of shoes so that I don't fall. And on this one, even though they're flat, sometimes walking around in a perfectly flat shoe for me is even harder on my feet than walking around in a high heel would be. So for this one, I'm going to cushion the ball of my foot and my heel, because when you walk with flip-flops like that, sometimes you get that kind of slapping thing on the back of your foot. So for that, I have what's called, this shape here is called a hot heel. And then I also have, this is the product that I started buying Foot Petals for. It was specifically this one. And this is their first one. This is the Tiptoe. So it's shaped a little bit different than the hot heel. So the Tiptoes are specifically for the ball of your foot. And if I bring back the full cushion, the killer cushion, you can see it kind of looks the same like that. So these are for the ball of your foot, and they have these built-in little notches in them, which is perfect for these because this is actually a thong sandal. So I'm just going to position them in here, line up one of the little notches at the ball of my foot so that it slides right in. Actually, see, I think I'll go this way. That's going to work. Yep. So now I can line that up with the notch from the thong of my shoe, and then the heel of my foot, or the ball of my foot, I should say, the ball of my foot is going to be cushioned this way, and then I'm going to have the hot heels in through there and keep the back cushion. So, like I said, I just wanted you guys to be able to see them without having to look online and kind of get an idea of what they look like. So I'm going to have, this is the killer cushion again, so this is going to be in my high-heeled shoes. And then my favorite, the original, this is the Tiptoes. That's going to be in the balls of my foot in several pairs of my shoes. Now, if you decide for entering the contest, which the details are below this video, if you want to enter the contest, you can actually go and watch the founder of Foot Petals. She's on the Home Shopping Network, and she takes a little piece of this, and she demonstrates the shock absorption that they have on that, and it's kind of strangely fascinating to me. I've actually watched it several times. I don't know why. It's probably one of that kind of geeky, nerdy things in me. But I watched that, and it shows you how this little tiny, really skinny thing absorbs the cushioning and the shock of your body coming down much better than some of the other stuff. So this is actually why I started buying them, because like I said, I've got a closet full of high-heeled shoes that are 2, 3, sometimes even 4 inches. And just being able to walk around without having that, your feet are starting to hurt, and, by the end of the day, you're limping, which, funny enough, happened to me in Florida when I went to my Disney trip. I mistakenly wore a pair of shoes, and they were brand new, and I wore them to go out dancing, which, yeah, ooh, duh, bad, Melanie. Didn't have time to run to the store and buy anything for the shoes, and let's see, who was with me that night? It would be, let's see, Justice, Fergie was with me that night. She will tell you that by the end of the night, after we left the club, I was limping so badly, it wasn't even funny. The next day I had to wear loose shoes because my feet, they were just shot. So I've recommended these to several people throughout the years, and most people, I say, oh, I've never heard of them, Foot Petals, what are those? That's why I thought the easiest thing to do would just be to make a short video, show you them in person, show you how they work, and the shoes I'm going to be putting them in for the BlogHer conference, and why, especially for the balls of your foot. So again, it's just a quick introduction of one of my favorite products, kind of like Oprah, my favorite things, only on a much, much smaller scale. So thank you guys for watching. Enter the contest because I've got a couple sets. I'm actually going to choose 2 winners. I just decided that. I'm going to choose 2 winners of some Foot Petal sets, and I'll take a picture so you can see what you're winning and list all the descriptions. But I thank you guys very much, and I will see some of you guys at BlogHer, and the others I will see back on this blog when I get back. Thanks. Bye.